Alrighty, latest submission from Gym Mint Grading came in today. It's probably 11, 12 cards. Some of these are cards that I popped open the cases from SGC and crossed over to Gym Mint to see how they would grade under the scrutiny of being scanned and done with a computer instead of some guy looking at the card and seeing the player that's on the card and giving the grade that it gave. And then a few other ones. So this batch of cards here is the way it looks from the list that I got, because I pre-grade a lot of cards myself before I send them in. This is not what I would call a 9 and 10 batch of cards that I sent in. This is a lot of cards I wanted from my PC, personal collection that I wanted done, some older cards, I'd say older cards, but yeah, a lot of older cards in this set of stuff that I sent in, so I'm expecting a lot of grades in the 7 to 8 range, but again, the three that I'm curious the most about are the three that I submitted for regrading. I'm going to have to grab some scissors here and pop this tape real quick. Alrighty, so let's see what we got going here. Get some of this gold wrap off. Gym Mint's got some new cases now, so we'll get to check those out as well. So here we go. First one, a LeBron James rookie card. Came in at a 7. I was hoping for an 8 on it, so we'll grab the old case. My old case, as you can see, the thing fell down, was a 5. 2 grades better than what it was, so I'd much rather have the 7 than a 5, but just gives you a concept of the conditions of what happens when you take a person that's looking at it with a microscope, or how I look at them, which is with a magnifying glass compared to actual computer technology grading it. And again, if you've watched any videos from them or have talked to one of the owners from Gym Mint, you'll know exactly how their grading system is set up, and it is pretty much spot on as far as its grading capabilities. I'm very happy with it. I do like the new slabs. They're much cleaner than the old ones. And again, I had it coming in at an 8. Not mad with a 7. It's still better than the 5 that somebody else graded it. Alrighty, next one that we sent in for reslabbing, All-Star Michael Jordan, 6.5. I think they were pretty much 6.5 on that All-Star card. And I think I had it at 6 to 7. I did. I had it 6 to 7. So my eye. Here's the old grade on it. A 4. A 4. Now, if you read this company's grading policy, a 4 has creases in the card when you get down to the level of 4. There are no creases in that card, and I know it's got a little bit of a glare going. So I'm going to try to move it around a little bit so you can see. There are no creases in that card. It's all centered, beat up from being in a box for 20 years. But there's no creases in it. Should never grade a 4. So Gym Mint and I on the nose on that one. So I'm happy with that. Here we go. 5.5. I was hoping for a little bit higher on that one. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have the old case. Apparently I must have tossed it out. But this one, when I graded, it came back at A. Altered, but I didn't get a reason for why it was altered. These old Jeter cards, they don't grade extremely high to begin with. So, I was hoping for a 7, 5.5. 5.5 is still better than an A, altered. One of the suggestions I would have for those other companies out there, that if they're going to do that, when they send it back to you, there should be a sticky note or something on that card going, the reason we said it was altered because we felt like it was cut. Now, I've sent the other company Lots of submissions. I've had several come back with A's. Only one have I said to this point that I can agree, yeah, that was probably altered. And how I missed it is still beyond me, because I use a magnifying glass when I look at these cards. And so for it to come back as an A, and the card that I'm talking about was a Kobe rookie, and you can see where it looked along the top like somebody had trimmed it, because the edges, I don't want to say you can see cut lines, but there was breaks in the actual card itself as far as the color. So I could see where that would look like that. But I'm pretty damn sure when I sent that card in, it wasn't like that. So I'm not sure how that would have happened. And I'm not blaming the other company either. So, and here's the last card I sent in that I cracked open for resubmission. Tom Brady Victory Rookie. Came in at a 7. I said 7 to 8. So that's exactly what I was expecting out of that card. Here's the prior one. 5.5. So at least we got a little bit closer on our grades. So my concern is that we send these cards out to these companies and we're trying to get the best grades we can so we get the most value out of our collection. And these guys, I don't want to say I think, I don't want to say I believe that they look at the card and who's on it and they start to make harsher judgments on the actual shape of that card, because obviously pop reports and everything else, you know, I won't get into all that right now. This is what I was expecting on this card to begin with, not a 5.5. And anybody that knows, you know, that 1.5 is a lot of money in your pocket. So everything else I got is stuff I just submitted on my own to see how they would come out. So let's see. The first one we got here is a Kobe. I had this one coming in at a 7 to 8. Got an 8.5. Fresh foundation. I have a bunch of these, so if you're watching videos of mine, you're probably going to see a bunch of these. I've got a handful more. I'm a big Kobe rookie fan, and I really like the metal cards. So this will not be the last one of these you see coming across the screen for me. Here we go, Derek Jeter rookie card. Again, like I said, I sent in a bunch of older stuff. 8.5 on this. Is this the Bowman? It is the Bowman Jeter. I had it coming in at a 9, so 8.5 is not anything that's overly surprising to me. Again, great card, great shape. Like I said, this was one I was sending a bunch of older cards in. Okay, here we go, Jeter rookie. Well, we all know how well these don't grade because of the black border. You can see it's very off-centered. I had this Jeter coming in at around, I had a dead nuts at 8, so 7.5. So my pre-grading, as you can tell, if you've watched a few of my videos, when I pre-grade, I'm usually within a half a point. And a half a point, I think, is somewhat subjective on the people, parts, things. So here we go, rookie Clyde Drexler. I had this one coming at a 6, 6.5. This is, again, a lot of PC cards, and I'm not sure about other people. But for myself, my PC cards, I want them to be graded and cased, and then I'm just going to put them away, and they'll probably end up in my son's or grandkids' possession somewhere along the way. But at least this way, there's no question about it. There's no concern about the grade of it. I don't have to worry about it sitting in a box and, you know, collecting moisture and all that. So, nice card. I really like the case on this. I like the colors that they're using on the label. I really like these new cases that they're using. I watched a video with Eric at Gym Mint talking about the new acrylic cases that they're using, and they're definitely much clearer, nicer. They stack well. All right, here's a newer Burrow turbocharged. Came in at a 9. I had a 9, 9 plus. Let's see, centering 9, 9.5. No 10s on it at all. So nice card. It's not a prism or anything, but again, just for my collection. Who knows? Maybe I'll trade it out someday. Patrick Mahomes Leaf rookie card. I didn't know this one had a couple beat up corners on it, and we hit this one dead now at 7 and 7. Again, card I just want to keep in my collection. So I had it graded. It's not any high dollar card or anything like that, just a rookie. Center and surface were great, but the corners and the edges were beat up. I knew that when I sent it in. And we got one last card, which is a Mac Jones. I had it 9+, came in at a 9.5. And I just like the flux cards, but that's just me. I don't know why it is. This one's not a prism or anything. It's just the flux. 9.5, surface 10, centering is a 9. Overall 9.5. Nice card. And again, like I say, a lot of these will just end up in my personal collection, and they'll end up bagged and put away, and probably won't see the light of day again for a while. Some of them I may trade off for other cards I'm trying to accumulate for the kids as life goes along. But again, there it is. I have one other card that was part of the submission that's going to come back, and it's a Tommy Glavine Crown Royal minor league card, and it's basically like a ticket stub. So they're still trying to get the case set up so that it'll fit in there and not bounce around. But I only have a graving at between 5 and 7, so nothing real special. I probably won't do anything with that as far as videos. I do have a couple more out there. I'm getting ready to send Jim Mint another large. Actually, I just sent him a complete Lebron set of about 45 cards to grade for me. So we'll do the video on that when I get those back. And I'm getting ready to send him a bulk submission as well. So thanks for joining me. And there's our latest Jim Mint grading submission.